Hiya, this is my first effort at doing a video blog, so hopefully it'll turn out okay. What I was going to show you today is one of my latest creations that I'm making at the moment, and it's going to be a sparkly cuff. I'm not sure yet what I'm going to call it on the if I sell it. I might decide to keep it yet because it's so pretty. And it's my first one, and I usually keep the first one of whatever I make. So this is actually what it is so far, and this bit here, this green circular bit here with the pearls round it, is actually Fimo clay, which I've pressed into a mould, then baked, and then painted. Sealed it first, then painted it. I sealed it with Mod Podge, I think, and then painted it, and then it came to that. Let it dry, then I varnished it, and then I've stuck it to the background. The background of this green bit here, this is just felt covered in some hand-dyed fabric that I made. And then this here, this gorgeous pleated material is actually hand-dyed silk that I bought in America from Sweet Beads. I bought it in America, in Las Vegas, when we went on holiday last time. And then these here are these sparkly bits. There's 3 sparkly bits. These are Swarovski crystals, quite large, because I wanted to create quite a impact on the actual cuff. So I decided to put quite big ones on there. And then what I've done is I've basically decorated it with lots of little beads, and also if I go close you can see on this part here I've beaded, and I've used a picot stitch. I think it's called a picot stitch anyway, and that gives it this sort of a raised area for the Swarovski to sit in, so it looks better. These are just little beads here as well, and if I go closer still you can just see where I've started to do lines of different coloured seed beads, and they're just seed beads that I've picked up over the years. They're nothing special. And then sort of buried in there you can just see a little another Swarovski crystal, and there's one there as well. And then if I just move it around there you'll see again I've used the pearls around this one as well, just to accentuate that area. And I'll show you actually what I use to do these. I mean, obviously this green stuff here is just dyed cotton, and if I turn it round, look at the back. I don't very often show the back, but I'll show you the back of it. You can see where I've been stitching through the felt. I find felt is the best thing to use, simply because it does hold quite a lot of stitches. But the other thing is that it is actually quite flexible, so when I put it on my wrist like this, which is how it's going to look, it doesn't bend back on itself. It actually will, once it's on my wrist, fit quite snug, because it's got that flexibility in it. If you use pelmet violin can be quite stiff, so it doesn't actually bend very well. It doesn't fit around your wrist very well. Pelmet violin's good if you want a flat type of area, but for something that is going to turn around your wrist, I find that this works better, because if I do that, you can see it's going to hopefully sit like that on my wrist once it's finished. This so far has taken me probably about 15 hours to do. I don't really count the hours that I'm doing things because I just love doing them, so I'm not very good from that perspective. I just as I say, just really make things because I love making them. So that's what I'm doing at the moment. And then what I use as thread is actually this stuff, which is Fireline. It's called Fireline. I don't know if you can see that because it looks back to front to me there, but it's actually called Fireline from Beadsmith. And I use the £4 one, because I think the £4 size is finer, and it's enough to hold these tiny little beads in place. The other thing that I use as well I try to keep quite tidy with my beads because otherwise it's a nightmare. Everything goes wrong. Oh, there's a hair clip in there. Put that away. This is just a little tray that I've got. And this actually is a recycled, I don't know if you can see, it's like a plastic square thing. And this is actually a recycled sweet box. And I just use this because it stops the beads flying everywhere. And these are the pearls that I've been using. I think they're 3mm or 2mm pearls. And then the other thing I do as well is I try to keep all my odds and bits in this bowl, because then I know that these are the beads that I'm going to be using, and these as well. So I'm good. I try to keep everything in one place, because otherwise you get all mixed up and you forget which beads you're using on which project. And the other thing I always use as well, I always choose good beaded needles. I always use these ones from Pony, simply because I find them to be the best. And they don't bend too much, because when you're going through fabric, you do need something that isn't going to bend too easily. And the other thing I use, which I found when I went to the States last time, again, it was the lady actually in the sweet bead shop who introduced me to this. Oh, it's got a bit of fluff on it because I haven't done this project for a while. And this is really good. If I hold this up, you can see that the beads actually stick to it, and it's a beading mat from Bead Smith. They're not very big. They're about, I don't know, it's about 4 inches by sort of 3 inches. But what it does, the beads stick to it. So when you're actually doing your beading, your beads don't fly everywhere. And as you can see, I mean, they're slipping off now because I'm holding it to one side to show you. But if I hold it like that, you can see, look, they just stick to it. And it's fabulous because it means that you can put your seed beads on there and they stay put. They don't slither and slide all over the place. So that's my first video blog to show you what I'm making. Hope you like it. And I'm going to try and do another one later where I actually show you how I do my stitching into the cuff fabric. Bye bye for now.